let me put this in the Japanese plan. And I will put a more zoomed in one in the Americans. Actually, let me use freeform for that. Okay, time to go see how the Japanese think about that.
It looks like they fully pushed up that north side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after a day of fighting, you did a fair amount of damage to the Marine forces landing on the northern end of the island. On the southern end of the island, it seems those Marines must know what they're doing because they were able to clear most of the bunkers on the southern end of the island. There is a small holdout on that very northern tip of the island. You see those gray dots with that big square on there. That's a coastal defense bunker with some pillboxes around it. Um, who knows how long they're going to be able to hold, but they are holding currently.
Labor, I want you to move some of your forces at that north jungle.
Yeah.
Out of there. It looks like they're weak. We can crush them there. I have orders, Slock.
Yep.
Yeah, the orders, soldiers to the east, special forces, the ones I have east, but east of my side.
Yes.
I want them to move north, the northern part of the jungle, northern jungle. I want them to take positions and take out them. We'll have to fire on them. But
Okay.
they're gonna have to wait for mortars once they get at that position. Labor, I want your mortars north here. We're gonna try to suppress them. I think we could also use smoke mortars on the north
Yep,
side.
I agree.
You just use one. That's all we need.
Yeah.
I could use some
I'll
of your forces to
also
the south
move.
too.
Uh,
Yep.
I also give orders to move labor, like all of my forces to. You see the. Oh, what's it called? The big like left west square of like the airfield with all the hangars.
Yeah.
Move up there and act as a reserve for 7th.
Yeah,
HQ and all.
I also want my HQ to the eastern side, probably next to Sasebo.
Did one of my units already got wiped out? Or am I crazy? No, right?
It looks like it just moved back.
Third,
Right.
seventh, and then 2 labor. Yep, they're all there.
Yeah, it looks like they just retreated to one of the back trench lines.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so give me
a
quick recap on the orders.
So I want my forces east of HQ to go on the northern jungle, get those guys with 4s on them. But I want them to wait for smoke mortars by labor force, and more. I think HE mortars, but I think we'll need smoke first.
Okay.
I want them to go in there with smoke mortars, and wait for smoke, and then start attacking them on the north.
I would also like for labor
North
and
of the jungle.
the HQ to move to by the hangars in the airfield and act as a reserve.
Yeah, I also want my HQ on the north near Sasebo's HQ. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Actually, can we
Sasuke,
land
you wanna join your attack with mine, or what are you doing?
yeah, sure. Actually,
I'll
where are we landing those smoke mortars, or are we just, doing suppression?
the smoke. I want them smoke. I have to. Can I draw it out or what? Slack, can I draw it out?
Yeah, if you can make it real quick, yeah.
Okay.
Would it just be that northern trench line? Is that what you're trying to describe?
Yeah, let me just real quick. Hold up. It's gonna be red. Red planning, right? Correct.
Yeah. Yep.
Right there. That's where I want the smoke mortars to be.
Okay.
I want my forces to move north up there, behind that smoke, and start attacking them.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then labor's moving to like the hangar area to act as a reserve.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Labor, move towards the south and the weaker force where I am. I think that place might fall next.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have time. We'll have time to move soon. I just don't want to take up retreating space
Yeah. Just.
in case you need to pull back.
Yeah.
But I'll be right there, basically.
They're gonna fall though. I know for sure. It's Americans with their fucking vehicles. Run to the. Yeah. We got this.
Yeah.
That should be it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Umpires will hop back up to umpire voice chat.
Yep, there we go. Hey, I'm here now.
Okay, there you are.
Sorry, engaged in melee combat with the mountain. Lost.
I feel like everyone does when they attempt that.
Yeah. Casualties, one shin.
Oof. Yep. Second battalion. Alright. I just realized that I never added some of the Marines to their actual text channels. Okay, there we go. So, then let's move this flare. Okay, so yeah, we'll start, so who do we got here? We got Paloma and Charles. So, Paloma, do you want to take the 7th and the labor force?
Yep.
Charles, I'll grab orders from, well, Charles, you can grab orders from 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion, 2 and 2. So yeah, second,
Alright.
Yep, those two. And I'll get orders from 3rd Battalion and the actual Marine headquarters. So go ahead and proceed with screenshots. And Charles, I don't know if you heard or not, we're going to do about like roughly a 6 view vision for screenshots. Keep them relatively close, tight in for this game since we're doing kind of company combat.
Alright, got it.
Yep, and you can go ahead and start putting those in their individual channels. So, 3rd Battalion, and time will be 0400.
Is 3rd and 7th, are they red 1, 2, or 3, or 4?
What do you mean?
I guess in the like their chat channel. Is it just in the gonna be in the chat that's in their voice channel?
No. So if you go to the team chat, they should be labeled 3rd, 7th Labor Force. You'll put the
Mhm.
pictures in there. So if you look at 3rd Battalion for the blue team, I just put one of their
Okay.
screenshots in. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Cool.
And 2nd Marine will be offshore.
So you said 0400?
Yep. 0400. And I'm gonna hop over and give the Marines the briefing, and then set their planning. Actually, I'm gonna set the Japanese planning channel to slow mode for, let's do 2 minutes. And I'll hop into the Marines channel, and we'll get everything started.
Who's in Charlotte 3?
Whoop,
Hello.
hello all. So
Question
Hello.
so it is now 0400. Your troops landed in relatively good order. You saw their positions at the end of the day. In the north, your forces took some of a beating. They're still working on clearing out. So every one of those gray dots that you see on the map is some level of Japanese strong point. So in the north, they're still working on clearing some of those out. They took a little bit of a beating coming in. You were lucky enough that you preserved all of your Amtraks during the landing. You did lose some Higgins boats, though, because they were in direct view of those 2 batteries on the northern and the southern end of the landing beach. Your troops now, it's 0400, and some mortars are starting to go off. You should see in some of your individual channels. Some mortars are starting to go off in the northern end of the island, and you can hear gunfire to the north as well. We're going to break up into our own individual planning channels here soon, but just so you know, reserve forces will begin their landings at 0500. Any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns at the moment?
So in
sir.
in 2 turns we gonna get reinforcements, and secondly, regarding myself, just 2 of my units have landed right now.
2nd Battalion, Company.
No, I think all 3 of yours have, Leon.
I said I do not see him planning the C company. That is my problem. I swear I cannot see them.
Able, Baker, and Charlie, all in the south.
Then you, wait, someone
That's
just
3rd Battalion, Charlie, in the south.
Tier battalion. I don't know why it was second as well. 2nd battalion. Okay, thank you.
Yep, 2nd Battalion, Company A, C, and B are yours. So yes, all forces from the first wave, and there are 3 more companies awaiting to come to shore at 0500.
That middle company in the south is 3rd Battalion, though.
Yes, that is my problem. That is why I was so confused. I do not see my C company. That is my problem. Wait, no. Actually, Tier battalion is actually part of my company. I just realized now.
I don't know.
All right. So anyone confused on the plan?
No, just for now. I just think I was mine to try to take the southern trenches. For now, I think was my order, sire.
Go ahead and help out 3rd Battalion in the north, if you can. 2nd Regiment. And Leon, you hold in the south for now. Let's just get everybody on the island.
Okay, take the halt. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and break up into your individual channels, and we'll get the show running as usual.
Good luck, boys.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to be clear, I guess.
So Slock, I'm assuming this is the beginning of my every 4 turns I get artillery, right?
Yes.
Dope.
So if you have a fire mission to call in at next turn, we will take that.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem.
How's it going, Slock?
How's it going? So your attack is starting. It is now 0400. We're gonna have you guys break into your individual channels. The night is still. You don't think the Marines, if they are, you don't think the Marines are going to be able to land anything for another hour or so on the beaches. So just letting you guys know that.
How'd my attack go, though?
So right now this turn is just starting the attack. So this is like your first initial volley has gone off. Your troops are about to go in. So next screenshot you'll see how your troops did. So,
Yeah. Oh, Sesabo, when I maneuver, I'm gonna attack on the north side. I want your boys to help me out here. Some.
Yeah.
Which you can get.
Okay,
So are we off?
So, if there's any
Labor force, just stay where you're at. I think you might have to reinforce the south side, though.
Yeah.
The light forces, but we're doing
I was
shit.
just wondering, are we off in our own VCs now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're going to be off in your own VCs, and then the next screenshot you'll receive is 0430, and we'll start going half an hour turns.
Yep.
Got it. And we can still talk and planning, because radios, let's go slow mode, yeah? And no pictures?
Yep, correct.
Got it.
Alright. Thank you all.
Talk and planning, right? Alright. I'm gonna stay in red CIC. You boys,
One of the mortars. Okay, so the Japanese managed to retake the trenches in the north. They've got one Marine unit that got pretty battered, took the brunt of that attack. Okay, so that I think should be all the combat, because the Marines are holding in the south. This one might actually move up here to... One of the companies might actually move to support here. And we'll see how they do for the follow-up attack. Compared to a 1, so they inflict a little bit more damage on the Japanese forces. Okay. Okay, so nice and simple first turn. So what happens is 3rd Battalion gets, one of their companies gets pushed back. The Japanese retake their rifle pits in the north. 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion has moved to support and manages to halt the attack before it gets any further. And no combat in the south. So we can go ahead and proceed with screenshots then.
Okay. Slope, did you say you wanted me on 3rd and 7th or labor and 7th?
Do 3rd and 7th. I'll take labor. Well, wait a minute. Do 3rd, 7th. Actually, go ahead and take all 3, because labor is...
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and take all 3. Because I've got 3rd Battalion and the Marine HQ, so...
Okay, cool.
side. And then the time is going to be 0430.
Sounds good.
So then when you go in the individual voice channels in the south, it's relatively quiet still. 2nd Regiment, they've moved a company up to break the Japanese attack, but the Japanese have kept the rifle pits, and for the Japanese, they've managed to retake their northern rifle pits, but haven't been able to relieve their defenses on the northern side of the island.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Hello. Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Is 3rd Battalion... Oh, I think he's actually back. Give me 1 second. Hello?
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. So, as the fight begins, one of your companies is pushed back from its original positions and has taken somewhat of a heavy beating overnight. One of the companies from 2nd Regiment has managed to come up and relieve their flank, but the Japanese seem to have retaken their entrenchments that your men were previously dug in and holding. Mortars seem to have halted for now, and you can't really hear any fighting going on at the southern end of the island.
Alright. Alright. Do you need my orders or just report?
I need your orders.
Right, I guess you need to try and hold the area, cycle in D company in to replace F company on the line.
So D is to replace F company, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any other orders at the moment?
No, just to defend, I guess. No.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm back.
Hooray.
So, from your command ship offshore, you can see that your troops have managed to somewhat fend off the attack, but it appears that the Japanese have retaken some of their initial positions that at the end of the day you could see your men digging into.
I think we know where that first artillery is going, don't we?
All right. Nice and easy. And then it seems like you can't see any star shells or anything going on at the southern end of the island. So right from your position, you can assume it's relatively quiet. And
What is a star shell?
Just a flare.
Oh, okay.
Flare that hangs from a parachute.
Very cool.
Yeah. The troops that are the relief forces, the 3 companies, they are currently boarding their landing vehicles, and are they still going to be going in at the Beach 1? This is the last chance to make any changes to that.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Avoid those areas where the other ships got messed up, boys, but those guns are out of commission. That's why we're focusing on that one spot. Keep your heads down and take that island.
Alrighty. They'll do their best.
And then am I able to call in that artillery this time? Or did you...
Yes. Yep.
You know what to do. I got you.
Alright.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so what orders did you get, Charles?
I got the 2nd Battalion U.S. and 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion U.S. And so these two companies down there are trying to take the trenches. A company is trying to pin down 1st Company of the Japanese here, and F Company is going to counterattack.
Okay, perfect. And then Paloma, what all did you get?
So for 3rd Special Forces, he ordered 1st and 2nd Company to push north, and I think they were trying to radio over to Labor to have them shoot mortars, but I took his orders before I guess they got the message over. Should I go back for updated orders, or are the orders just what they are for now?
Did Labor give any orders for his mortars?
No, the orders I got from him were just to hold still, and then I went to get Third's orders, and that's when they, I think, radioed the message over after I had already gotten the orders to remain still.
Okay. That kind of defeats the purpose of slow mode. That's going to be bombarding there. Yeah, go back and see which one of those fire missions he wants to do.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be right back.
Okay.
He says he wants them to. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Should this be 2nd Battalion Company C? It says 3rd Battalion right now.
Oh, I don't. Okay, so that's where that confusion came from. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, where's he putting those mortars again?
He wants them to land on E, G, and F companies.
He doesn't have that. He does not have that many mortars. Let's just say they go into E company because of the attack there. Okay.
Okay.
So those two roll a 6. Whoop. They're gonna force the Japanese out of that position. And let's see how they. Let's see how the roll for the bunker damage. One is a 6, so we're gonna move that up to 4. Objects, components. So that bunker's taken, that one's still firing. They're attacking there, so I need to roll for that. Let's roll a 4, Japanese roll a 6, so they're not... Yeah, that attack's beaten back. Okay, that one's beaten back. And what were the orders for this company? Was it to support or just suppressive fire?
I think that company just holds there. They only wanted F company to counterattack.
Okay, so F company is counterattacking then. So let's see. We'll roll for the naval bombardment. It rolls a 1. Japanese roll 5. Marines roll 2. Oh. So their counterattack doesn't go anywhere at night. Then you've got the mortars versus that. Oof, Marines roll a 4. Plus they're under mortars. And we'll leave that one as is. Okay, so 0500. These guys are approaching the beach. And I'll have 2nd Marine coming in with them. So, just a quick recap. In the south, the Japanese are pushed back. The Marines managed to take over their positions, but they've still got a bunker firing at them right here. Marines are repulsed during the night in the north with 2nd Battalion, Company A. In the far north, the Marines get pretty banged up, but manage to hold the pocket of bunkers to the north. Alright.
Sounds good.
Okay, so go ahead and grab screenshots. And I'll turn the lighting up a little bit. Throw that over there. This is 3rd Battalion. Actually, real quick, what I should do, because there's still pockets of resistance up there. Okay. Alright, time to go grab orders. And it's
Alright,
0500. Hello.
Yes.
So dispatches, real quick, you can just type in your planning channel. It's in slow mode, so dispatches will be automatic, like you have a radio.
Alright, brilliant.
Oh, you received a dispatch. Interesting.
Do you have any reports?
Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, so As the sun starts to come up, the Japanese attempt another counterattack to the north. It seems that they're attacking you with 2 companies in the north. Your men attempt to counterattack with the switched out companies. F Company is pretty tore up by their counterattack in the dark, even with supporting naval fire, and the Japanese are managing to hold those positions, but they have not broken through yet to the pocket of resistance on the northern side of the island. So that, and also you can see the remainder of the companies that were held in reserve are starting to come in on landing boats, but those bunkers on the northern side, where your men have them cut off, are firing on the boats right now.
Okay. Okay, so immediately, yeah, just continue to defend the area, I guess.
Okay, so everyone's to hold positions and to defend against any possible Japanese counterattacks, correct?
Yeah, at the moment, yes.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
So you are coming in with the reserve forces right now. You're actually taking some fire from the northern end of the island. It seems that some bunkers up there haven't been silenced yet, and they have taken out a couple Amtraks with I Company coming in right now. But your troops should be on the beach momentarily, and that naval bombardment you can see just over the tops of the trees as those heavy shells land right where you requested them. In the south, you can't really see too much of what's going on there, but once again, it still is relatively quiet in the south.
Okay. I don't think there's really any orders that I can give, is there?
I mean, your troops are going to be ashore momentarily, so is there a specific area you want these companies to...
Oh, I have personal troops. Okay, I thought I wasn't
Yes.
getting those. Yeah, let's... beach 1... how ready to fight are they as soon as they get to the beach?
They're completely combat capable.
All right.
When a ramp drops out of Higgins boats, you're in the fight. At least you should
Okay.
assume it.
Cool. Then everyone, let's land on the top, like 2/3 of the island with everybody. Let's really help out the those guys who are hurting up there.
Okay, sounds good. Any other order? Well, it'll be another 2 or so turns until you can call in another naval bombardment. So.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. It's getting a little crowded on this beach. Alright, so Charles, what orders did you get?
They're gonna have C Company push down here. 2nd Battalion is gonna push C Company to take the bunker.
Okay.
A Company is going to, and A and B Company are going to hold where they are.
Okay. So. Before they take the bunker, these guys probably pull back a little bit. Okay. Did you have... yep, 2nd Regiment. What are they doing?
They're not doing anything. They're just gonna hold position for now.
Okay. Turn the lighting up a bit. And I'll go check and see how Paloma's doing. Oh, hello?
Hello.
Did you give your orders yet?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
No worries.
let's roll and say they take out those. These guys haven't been in combat yet again, so they'll go back up to a 4.
Should what is 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion, like numbers be go down back to?
Yeah, we'll bump.
Okay.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, we'll bump those back up. Yep, good call. Because they've been out of action. They haven't really done anything for a little bit.
All right. Sorry for the delay. They got some long orders, but
Boy, those are always our favorite. We'll see what we can do.
So for labor, they want to mortar F and G company. I think that's in the north. And then they want to move their 1st infantry company to support the north, and then their 2nd infantry company to support the south.
Okay.
And then they want their HQ to be co-located with the rest of the team.
Oh boy. Okay.
And then for 3rd company, he wants 1st and 2nd company to attack those 2 marine companies, E and D, after the mortars have landed. But I guess he doesn't know that his mortars aren't shooting at those guys.
Well, if he's ordering an attack, we'll say it. We'll take some pity on him and say it's supporting the attack.
Okay, sounds good. And then 3rd company is holding positions. And then for 7th, he wants 1st company to follow the HQ, 2nd company to hold position, and 3rd company to retreat east to the trench line.
Okay, so we're giving some ground in the south. So those guys are probably skirmishing in the jungles there. Oh geez, oh man. Japanese command bunkers may get overrun here if the Marines had landed in the south.
Oh, forgot to say one thing too. I think 3rd HQ wants to move north to be closer to his units, and I don't know if that would mean labor also wants to be co-located with 3rd or 7th at that point.
Did he give any specific, like, what exactly was his orders with moving the HQ?
He was just saying he wants to link up with the rest of the team, but no specific location.
Alright, we'll say he goes with his troops then, and we'll co-locate him and 3rd, and labor forces. Okay. Alright, so I got a roll for combat up here.
Are 2nd Regiment and 2nd Battalion co-located? The 2nd Battalion.
Let's see, 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion. Yeah, we'll co-locate them. And we'll co-locate 3rd and 2nd. Okay. 2, so those mortars do nothing. Oof, Marines roll 6. So 5, but the Japanese also roll 5. So we'll say no movement there. Let me scale this piece down. Just to make some room on the beach here. This is getting a little messy real quick here. Okay, but the Marines have landed fresh forces and they've lost communication with the bunkers on the northern end of the island. So just let them know that as well.
Okay.
Let's see, 1 and a 2, nothing happens. They're just kind of skirmishing in the brush. these two companies. No one seems to be gaining ground. No one seems to be losing there. And that should be it for combat right now. So go ahead and take screenshots, and we'll get reports out to the guys. I'll take over. Oh, I already have 3rd Battalion, so it's pretty much all down to commands and everything. So we're pretty nice and organized when it comes to voice channels right now, which is nice. And if they're co-located as well, you can just give them the same screenshot. You don't have to take 2 different screenshots.
Okay,
Yep.
sounds good.
And time will be 05:30.
Cool.
Okay, time to go grab orders. Hello.
Hello.
So, as of right now, your reinforcements have landed on the northern side of the island. Your men who were taking fire coming in, they decided to go ahead and silence those bunkers on the very northern end of the island. Just as that happened, some mortars landed near the area. The Japanese did attempt to counterattack, but the men of 3rd Battalion, Company E, were pretty stout in their defense. They're pretty tore up, but they were able to hold their ground and fend the Japanese off. In the southern side, Company D is fighting in the brush with what they estimate is a Japanese company as well. But neither side seems to be gaining the upper hand there. Some casualties are beginning to pile up, but as of right now, the captain there is pretty confident that he can hold his ground.
Okay.
Yep.
So, are all of my men ashore?
Yes, all the companies are ashore, so you've got I Company that is in the very northern side of the island. They took care of those bunkers. And you've got I and Keiko that are waiting for orders on the beach.
All right. I want I and Keiko to focus on the Japanese 1st company. Like, push right up the middle right there.
Okay.
And let's give 3rd Battalion, or let's win this fight here in the north, and then I'm fine with everyone kind of taking a rest or taking a cigarette break or something. They look pretty beat up.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, I'm gonna cycle 2/3 I Company in to replace 3rd Battalion, the one that has 6 damage that's currently in the front line.
Yeah, if you could push with everyone with me on this, I'd appreciate it. But I'm assuming where the mortars just landed, there's probably going to be some more. So
yeah.
Okay. And then we've still got 2 more turns until the naval bombardment is available.
Yes, sir.
I believe. Actually, next turn should be when your naval bombardment is available. So, and then from there we'll be a little bit more better with record keeping.
Very cool. I did fire it, or I did order it right on turn 1. So, I mean, if you want to go off the bat, that's fine.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. So, what orders did you get?
Yep. So, G Company, 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion going to attack, and 2nd Battalion, 1st Regiment, I guess, is halting. They're gonna hold position now and let the rest.
Okay. And then nothing else for these these three other units?
Nope.
Okay, interesting. Alright, so let's roll for that attack. Oh, jeez, oh man. So their attack, well, yeah, as of right now, their attack is failing to go through. Man, the Japanese are getting lucky with these dice rolls tonight. And that's not even accounting for, like, I haven't even had to account for them being in defensive positions half the time. But I think they're about to get steamrolled on the northern end of the island.
Doom stacking, Marine.
POV, you touch the boats. Oh, did you let 2nd Regiment know that he can just type freely in the... Okay, he got it. Alright. Yeah, because I saw he was sending some dispatches, and I'm like, that's why your planning channel's still open, buddy.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do... Let's do this to make it...
Hold on. So, 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion. You said a pinning attack. Is that any different from a normal attack? I'm not quite sure.
pinning attack, that would be like just putting a lot of base of fire on them. So I would... Yeah, I'll just roll and see what damage they would do to the Japanese.
Well, you already rolled. It was for G Company middle.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we'll leave it alone then. Okay. Alright, Paloma, what'd you get?
All right, so the labor force wants to fire a smoke mortar on D Marine Company, and if possible, to also regular mortar F Company.
Let's see. F Company.
And then he wants his first infantry company to cover where second company is right now. So pretty much advancing onto their position in the north there.
Okay.
And then his second infantry company is going to push Company F, the Marine Infantry Company F. And then third, he's going to have first company push Company F as well, and then have third and second support.
Okay. Alright, man, that's getting messy.
And then over in the south, 7th Company is going to have 1st and HQ Company retreat very slightly to the east, but not to the trench line. And then 2nd Company is going to continue to hold their trench line, and 3rd Company is going to try to shoot at C Company there in the south if they can.
And we'll just have some tracers going through the jungle there, but they're really not gonna be able to do anything, but we'll let the Marines know they're being suppressed there. They know there's Japanese forces ahead of them. Okay, so, oh man, alright, this is gonna be messy. Alright, so second company up here, are they doing anything?
Yeah, they're supporting 1st Company's push onto the Marines.
Okay. Alright, so let's mull for the mortars first. Mortars roll a 3, so they don't do anything. Smoke is gonna probably impede K Company. Marines roll a 5. 4. They get beaten back. Japanese roll a 2.
I'm gonna drop some of like the disruptions or whatever on the down here in the south since they've been out of combat for 2 turns.
Okay. Yep. Japanese roll a. Okay. Alright, so we've got a really big battle happening up here. It doesn't seem like anyone's winning right now. We got mortars coming in. Smoke is impeding the Marines advancing. But the Japanese aren't, because of that smoke, the Japanese aren't going to know they got two companies. So maybe whoever takes this screenshot cut off that rear company there so they can't see past the smoke. In the south, Japanese are doing suppressing fire, but they can't really tell what the effect of that is. And we should be good to do screenshots and send out orders. Go get orders. And time will be 0600.
Sounds good.
No co-location changes?
I don't think we should need any co-location changes. Nope. Hello.
Your fault.
So, just So, a lot of craziness going on right now on this side of the island. You've got smoke coming in from some Japanese mortars. You've also got some mixed high explosive shells in there on the southern part of your line. Your troops try to advance. However, it seems that the Japanese had the same idea. And right now in the jungles, there's Marines, there's Japanese running to and fro throughout the area. It's a pretty confused situation right now. You can see some of your men kind of making progress back towards the beach, but the freshly landed troops are still going in on the attack. And as of right now, you have the ability to call in for any naval bombardment support.
Oh man, I'd love it on that little 4-stack of Japanese right there.
That's kind of what I figured.
That'll be really nice. I think they'll appreciate it. It's nice to always bring a present when you're a guest.
Exactly. It's always nice to include the Navy boys.
Yeah. Don't want to be rude. And then let's go ahead and just ease off on the attack for now. Let's use their trenches that they made if we have any. Let's use their defensive buildings, and let's just take a break for 30 minutes and let the naval bombardment do its work.
Okay. Any reorganizing of companies or anything? If possible.
So do the numbers indicate casualties, or do they indicate exhaustion?
More exhaustion and cohesion. I am also keeping separate track of casualties.
Okay. For right now, if anyone in the reserves, just hold the line. Let's just chill while this artillery does its stuff, and then in 30 minutes, tell them to be ready to roll out.
Understood. So right now, kind of keep your heads down.
So my troops are also just going to hold position then.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you both. Alright, what'd you get?
Third and Labor haven't given their orders yet, but for 7th Company, he just wants their 3rd Company, or for 7th, he wants 3rd Company to continue firing at the Marine Sea Company, and 1st Company to start firing at the Marine Sea Company. And then for 2nd Company to fire at the company in front of them, G Company.
Gotcha. So we'll see if that has any effect.
And then I'll get the other battalion's orders in a bit.
Okay. What do you got for me, Charles?
Sorry. I am using the restroom right now, unfortunately. Make
Okay.
your calls. So I'm just gonna send a picture with orders from the only infantry that moves. Yeah, you can get Palomas first, I think. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay. Yep, no problem.
Sorry, back. Let's see. So, A Company Marines is going to attack that. Is going to flank Second Company of 7th Sasebo, and then C Company is going to attack the First Company, and then B is just going to move up. And so is the HQ, and then G continued their attack on 7th, on Second Company, 7th Battalion.
Okay. Japanese roll of 5. Marines roll 2, so no change.
Damn.
So the Marines have broken through in the center. Say, G Company pulls back to the beach. H Company takes their place. So we're just waiting on these 2 Japanese regiments up here to see what's going on.
Alright.
Let me go see what's going on down there.
And what's up, Slot?
How's it going? You guys almost finished up with orders?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I was just getting their last
Yeah.
orders.
Okay.
So we're just confirming.
Alright.
Oops.
All right. Sorry for the delay.
No worries.
So, third wants his second and third company to retreat to beside the HQ and rest. And then he wants first company to move to be beside Labor Company 1 to defend. And then for Labor Company 1 to hold that trench line. The Labor Company 2 to support 7th company in the south there. I think it's the...
It was the second company, but...
yeah. Yeah. And then mortar fire at I Company.
At I Company.
I thought that was J.
There should be an I Company here somewhere, I think.
I think it's the one in the north.
Yes, yep. Okay, let's roll for the naval bombardment and the mortars. Both missed. Jeez, oh man. Artillery is not doing anything this game.
Yeah, so much King of Battle.
Alright, so in summary, the Marines are breaking through in the south. They've broken the line. 7th is still able to be in contact via radio/telephone lines, but that might get dangerous here. And the 2nd Company, they've lost direct communication with, and they can't do anything for the. They can't issue any orders to them for the turn. And that should be it. And we'll be good with screenshots, and we can get the 6:30. This time will be 6:30.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Quick question, Paloma. Were there any orders for 7 Sasebo 3rd Company down here?
It was just for them to continue firing at C Company.
Yep, and I rolled for that. And I mean, the Japanese one, no, but the 2nd Battalion C Company, they're not taking any casualties from that. They took casualties from running into the Japanese company in front of them. Alright, so time to go get orders. Hello, hello.
Hello.
So, your naval artillery lands. You don't know exactly what effect it has, as the Japanese are disappearing into their trench lines. They also seem to have gotten the idea that might be time to take a breather.
Nice.
Your men are kind of dispersed into foxholes, shell craters, ready for any possible attack. In the south, you do receive a report that one of your companies has managed to break through and is now seems to be turning the flank of the Japanese in those buildings down there. That seems to be relatively good news, but you still don't hear too much fighting going on the southern side of the island. It seems most of the fighting is concentrated on this side.
Alright, 1 second. I gotta put a radio alert out.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. So that is end of the report as of right now. Nice and simple. Just some artillery and people taking some rest.
Alright. I'm saying time for a big push. What do you think, Mr. 3rd Battalion?
3rd Battalion is still beat to all hell, so I'm not sure how much I could join the push.
Well, how about my men lead and you support?
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, and then or actually, can we? Yeah, and then we'll just push in on the if we could do the focus on their 3rd 1st Company and the 3rd 3rd Company, and the guys in the north can kind of just hang out, if that makes sense, Slack.
Yep, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they can just keep smoking them. Smoke them if you got them.
Keep the flamethrower zippos up and just...
Yeah, you know, hang out in the craters. They definitely haven't zeroed in on those.
break out the lucky strikes. I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you both.
All right. So second battalion is going to pull back here in the south. Pull back company and switch. Have B company assault, and A company is going to keep fighting. And a hotel is also going to join it.
You guys ready for Japanese orders?
Yes, sir. What do we got?
All right. So they want 2 mortars to fire on Company A.
Okay.
And then third wants third company to attack Company A.
Okay.
And then first and second company will fall back with their HQ. This is for third battalion back to the trench line, and Labor Company HQ will also move with them. And then for Labor second company, he wants them to hold their position, but help with the suppression against Company A.
Okay. So let's see. That company's pretty beaten up right now, so I don't know how good they'll be at 5 plus the mortars. Plus they're seeing those guys. We'll say they inflict a little bit of damage on the Americans and then pull back. Marines roll a 5, especially that those laborers are pulling back. Pass them.
And then for seventh orders, he just wants that first company to retreat to the trench line. And he also wants second company to also occupy the other half of that same trench line if possible.
So there's this one company. Yeah, we'll push them over there. I don't think they would mind changing defensive positions, but Alright, so we can co-locate all the Japanese forces. And then what were the orders again for these 2 2nd Battalion companies, Charles?
They wanted B company. They wanted C company to rest, and for B company, well, they wanted them to assault 7th First company, but they were still over that.
Okay, so let me roll and see how much damage they would inflict. Nothing. So the Japanese are pulling back. Four. Okay, so the Japanese are routing in the northern side of the island. The Marines can see some infantry in the open. 2nd Battalion A Company is reporting the same thing, but they can't really do too much because of the mortars right now. The Japanese, they're not able to issue any orders to the Labor Company, Company 2. They're pretty routed at the moment and in the open. Same thing with 3rd and 3 companies. So these 2 companies, they're just falling back and they're out of the combat for right now. So,
Okay, sounds good.
So time will be 0700. So go ahead and grab screenshots. Hello. Whoop, everyone here?
Yep.
I am.
Okay. So this time your attack goes off a little bit better. Seems the Japanese were also attempting to reposition and you cut some of their troops out in the open. There's some I don't know, Japanese labor uniforms. Definitely not any type of special landing brigade uniforms or anything like that that are out in the open right now. Your men are also reporting another company out in the open trying to make their way east across the island. The 2 companies in the north, one of them they're both seeming to fight a last stand effort, trying to delay your Marines. I Company of the 2nd was halted, but 3rd Battalion, your troops were able to carry on the assault and are still battling with the Japanese there. And your men on the northern side of the island, they are starting to rest, regain, reorganize, and seem to be about ready to go back into the fight. So I will take your orders now.
3rd Battalion, do you think you want one more turn and then my guys can kind of... I think I'm going to stop here for a second. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think one of my units has gone down to... No, Most of the units have gone down to 4 disruption.
Yeah. We'll hold back that guy, and then the guys, I think we should push out that Japanese first company. Like, just finish them off, push them off, and then squeeze the third company. But then other than that, just kind of hold for here. If they got shots with those Japanese who are running across the open field, they can take them, but I want them to stay in cover for right now. I don't think we need to advance very quickly.
Gotcha.
Like, if they can stay in cover, because I think we're about to get mortared.
Yeah, then my own company D is to, like you said, just finish off the last of the enemy units here. That.
Yeah.
All right.
So then we can, and this will give a chance, if anyone in the south is feeling a little tired, they can take a break as well. And then we can push all together again.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much. Alright, wow. We actually all ended up back almost at the same time. What all you got for me? We'll go with the Japanese first.
Alright, so they want all their mortars firing on B Company. To the south there.
Okay.
And then they want first company in the north there to retreat back to the trench line.
Okay.
To the east.
I don't know if they're gonna make it, but
and then they want Labor Company, the first company to also retreat east. And then they're going to have 7th, 1st, and 3rd Company push in the south against the Marines.
Okay. Alright, so let's...
And then,
go ahead.
I think you said those companies in the middle, they couldn't give orders to, so assuming they'll just retreat.
Yeah. Alright, so let me see if the Marines roll any damage against them. 3. So we'll say the Labor Company is back here. And let's see what the Marines roll against those two. Because their orders were to 4. So this company is done for. And this company manages to make it back. Marines in the north aren't pushing too aggressive. And then what about the Southern Marines? What do you got going on down there, Charles?
A Company and B Company are going to assault, and then everyone else is going to move up. Second Regiment, Second Company is going to move troops up, but not attack. Well, they were going to attack, but the Japanese retreated, and A Company is going to.
Okay. Alright, so we got those two versus the Marines. Oof.
Oh.
Yeah, so those guys are done. So the mortars land there. Let's see what the mortars do. Mortars do a 3 minus 2. So they're now firing on them. So Japanese troops out in the open. 1. So we'll say the Marines start inflicting some casualties on them. Say these guys pull there. Okay. So, Marines have taken this part of the island. One company of the laborers is routed, unable to receive any orders for this turn. In the south, one company of Marines has to pull back to the beach to reorganize, regroup, all that stuff. But the Japanese don't follow through with their attack because of the attack from 2nd Battalion A Company, which is doing some damage to the Japanese troops that are now in the open. I think that's about it for this turn. So we can move up to 0730 and start doing screenshots.
Cool.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So, you have managed to push the Japanese out. It seems that you have managed to completely destroy a company's worth of Japanese infantry who fought to the very last man. No prisoners were taken. Cleared out some bunkers. The Japanese troops that were in the open, your men did manage to do some damage to them. You received some reports from the south that seems the Japanese attempted a counterattack, and that's where their mortars are landing right now. Other than that, you've got one more turn before naval bombardment becomes available. Any orders, thoughts, comments, concerns, all that fun stuff.
I think we can. Let's wait 30 minutes. Let's continue a break. Pull back to cover. And let's let them. I think they're going to probably try to counterattack here. I would like us to kind of pull back a little. And we're going to wait 30 minutes to do a bombardment. And then we'll probably push within an hour.
Okay. 3rd Battalion, any specific orders for your men?
He's been shot.
Just hold position, I guess. Sorry about that, Mutant.
No worries. Alright, thank you both.
I think what my two commanders want to do is very dependent on what the Japanese do first. So.
Okay. What were their orders?
They want to pull back these. Have 2nd Regiment, like, if the Japanese pursue, they want to hit them in the flank.
Okay.
I don't know Japanese. But if they don't, they're just going to. 2nd Battalion is going to take a rest. 2nd Regiment, 2nd Battalion is take a rest.
Okay, so as long as the Japanese don't do anything, the Marines won't do anything either.
I mean, yeah, if the Japanese attack, the Marines will pull. The 2nd Battalion will pull back, and yeah, either way, basically, 2nd Regiment is going to continue the assault where 2nd Battalion faltered.
Okay, gotcha. Paloma, what do you got for me?
So pretty much just the 7th, 1st, and 3rd Company in the south there are gonna retreat back to the trench line. And then the mortars, they're gonna have fire on A Company and K Company.
There's Keiko. Okay, so let's roll for the mortars. That's the only combat this turn. 5, so they bump up to a 4. And they stay steady. Okay. Alright, so all is quiet on the island, except for some mortars that come down, and K Company takes some casualties from that. So it will be 0800, and we can go right ahead and start taking screenshots.
Cool.
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
That was quick.
Yes, it was. A quiet turn, except for some mortars going off to one of your companies and a little bit to the south. But other than that, relatively quiet. The Japanese haven't really sallied forth, and your men are getting some reorganization, except for K Company, which has been receiving some mortars. But other than that, right now, pretty well quiet. And the
Alright.
and the naval and the Navy is awaiting your orders.
Yep. I'm assuming that the Japanese were resting in place with where we saw them last at 7:30. Oh, 7:30. So let's pound away, and we could actually aim a little behind their placement so that our Marines can start advancing. So, like, the Japanese are stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay. And then, which units do you want advancing here?
I think everyone except for the one that took mortar fire.
Alright, nice and easy.
Yeah.
Nothing to add to that, I guess.
Alright, thank you very much. Back already?
Yeah, not too many orders from them this turn.
Okay.
Only orders from the Japanese are to have their mortars fire on G and H Company.
G Company. H Company. Okay. So they're firing there. And they were to be slightly behind, so labor and the 3rd are going to be out of contact because they are under direct naval bombardment. And we'll see how this marine assault goes and see if they can issue any orders or not. So let's roll for the mortars first. What do you got for me, Charles?
What is it? Hotel and golf company are going to shoot but not charge.
Okay. So one of them is going to go up to 4. We'll say G Company. Okay, let's see what goes on with this fight here in the north. Marines roll a 4 versus a 2. They pull back. 4 versus a 3. 6. pull back through the position. But they're not going to be able to do anything, but they're directly threatening the HQ.
Ooh. Nasty.
And here, the Japanese are going to roll a 5 versus the Marines 2. So those companies are going to have to swap out for the attack and get orders next turn to carry it on through. And let's see if one of those companies gets in range of the mortars. 3. We'll say the mortars are out of action for this turn, because they're under attack. So one of the mortars is out of action for the turn. This will probably be a quick turn as well. 3rd and the labor force, they're under direct artillery bombardment, and since they're kind of in the open, they're not going to be able to issue any orders but they know that the northern sector of their line is crumbling. So just send them a screenshot, let them know, hey, your 2 companies in the north are pulling back, but you're unable to issue orders because the telephone line's been cut by naval bombardment.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And in the south, we'll bring these guys back up to a 4.
Oh, I already changed the values for.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, screenshots.
Yep.
Does Labor Second Company need to have its disruption changed at all?
Yeah, we'll bring it up to a 6. I mean, they're laborers with rifles pretty much, so they're going to have a little bit more of a delayed cooldown.
Okay.
So it is now 0830. And I think we'll actually give it 2 more turns depending on how these ones go, and we'll probably call it there.
All right.
Sounds good.
But don't let the players know that, because then they start doing weird stuff.
Banzai!
We still have more than half the island, sir. What do we do? Mass bonsai charge.
That's a lot of stuff.
That looks like a pretty good turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your men have finally found one of the mortars. They haven't been able to overrun it yet, but they do have the Japanese mortar crews under direct fire. There are some bunkers in the line to the south that are taking some effect on your men with supporting fire, but your naval bombardment seems to have done its job, as you can see a couple command structures ahead of you that are under direct fire. One of your companies, Company E, took some pretty heavy casualties going in on the first wave there with that assault, and they are now at the rear of your line. I Company has swapped out with them and is preparing to continue the attack if you so wish. And other than that, nothing else to report for the moment.
Let's go get those HQs. Alright, let's take those stupid little mortars. Company D, I think, can probably just hang out there, just kind of hold that edge, and then let's push their center with I, F, both I's and K's, everyone else.
We gotcha. 3rd Battalion, anything to add?
Nope. Oh, that's about it. Then just continue as usual.
Okay. Alright, what are they doing?
Yeah. So, second company, second regiment is going to assault the trench line, while Golf and Charlie here are just going to provide suppressing fire on the southern half.
Okay, so only H Company is going in for the assault.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Paloma, what do you got for me?
Pretty much no orders, just 7th to continue firing at the enemies.
Okay. So pretty much we're going to see what happens on this turn, and we may even do a double turn. So, second company is going in for the assault. They get beaten back. F company will probably take their place in the line. Let's see, they're going in. This bunker is going to roll. See what damage it does. Ooh, yep, that was a 5. So they're also going to pull back, but they've got them to follow up. And we'll say the Marines neutralize the bunker, but take some casualties getting there. And the mortars manage to get away and reposition. So that labor manages to get through there, so he's still separate. Third manages to get back with the co-locate with the 7th. But they've now got Marines on the airfield. They've got pretty strong defensive line. Okay, so yeah, we'll give it. Yeah, let's go back for another round of orders here. So the Marines get somewhat tore up going in for those HQ units, get slowed down. The HQs managed to make a getaway, but they do have a company of Marines at the airfield currently. Also, this company of Marines is fighting through the barracks right now. In the south, they managed to repulse the Marine attack, but their men are not able to get any rest because of this fighting going on here. Oh, I didn't roll for these two down here, actually. Oof.
Whoa.
6 and a 6, so they're done. Okay, company goes through the attack. Okay, so yeah, let's see what the Japanese managed to pull off on the next turn. So, the Marines have broken through the center. Third company, 3Co, is not able to get any orders currently as they're reforming. So that's the only change there. So,
Okay,
yep.
sounds good.
So time will be 9 o'clock. So go ahead and get screenshots.
What the heck happened?
So, the Japanese put up one heck of a fight. They repulsed some of your initial companies, but your fresher companies in the rear managed to carry the assault through. Because of the delay, it seems that the headquarters companies were able to reposition and slip away from the area. You did notice a fair amount of Japanese troops retreating across the airfield, though, and your men were having some good old target practice across the airfield at one point there, though. To the south, you didn't hear too much fighting, but you did hear a bunch of suppressive fire going on as tracers are flying through the jungle. And also now, K Company is now facing off with a small bunker complex in front of them as well.
For sure. I think ask D Company to come on back here, and F Company can come on back, and actually no, I don't think they're gonna push with what they're hurting at. Let's have F Company and K Company just go like flank south into those bunkers. And D Company can just kind of protect, like back up and protect their rear.
So K and F companies are going to be doing a sweeping attack kind of along the edge of the airfield heading south, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Try to, if they can, stay. You know what? If they go south, they're going to be an open area. I think F can just pull back and just let K go in by itself.
Gotcha.
With whoever's facing that trench.
Okay. Any other orders at the moment?
I've got some.
Okay.
The battalion company D is to just finish engaging the two Virginia.
Third Battalion continues to rest and get reorganized.
Yep, except for company D, which is to engage the units in front of it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, what do you got, Charles?
Yeah, all the Marine units down here are assaulting the Japanese trench line.
Okay. And we'll wait for Paloma to get back to see what his orders are. But I think we're going to have 2 Japanese headquarters cut off.
Oh.
Marines are still going to have a battle for the rest of the island with all these bunkers and everything, but command and control is going to be going here pretty soon. But we'll see if the Japanese are what they're going to do. Alright, what do you got for us, Paloma?
So mortars are gonna fire on F and K company in the center there, and then I think they want it on the 3rd Battalion F company.
Oh, gotcha.
And then they're gonna have 3rd's 2nd company and Labor's 2nd company push against F company, and then 7th's 2nd company will push against K company.
7th, 2nd? That's up here.
So like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we think they follow those orders? I feel like...
Yeah, because they're under attack from the direct front. So they're probably not going to. So let's... Oh boy, let's... Okay. So let's roll from orders first. Okay, so -1. So 5. Two. So they do push the Marines back here. But you've got this company here that's fresh. Hey. And we're just gonna bump them up to a 4. We'll say they retake this bunker complex here. Alright, so let's roll for...
Oh.
Hey, something is wrong with the dice
Oh.
today.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so yeah, these guys break anyways. And let's see what the bunkers do. Bunkers do nada. So they push right up, and they are now fighting for the headquarters building. Okay, so I'm thinking this is going to be... Now, this is interesting because this isn't really a victory-lose situation. The Japanese aren't going to completely hold the island, but they are going to get their command and control pretty rocked here relatively soon. The Marines might have to bring in additional reinforcements on the island instead of continuing the offensive on Kwajalein elsewhere. But other than that, I'd say this is the finishing move for the Japanese. They've just lost 2 of their commanders and they're cut off from their troops. So, any arguments for or against that?
No. Yeah, I think their entire northern flank looks pretty close to breaking anyway.
Yeah, because mostly what they've got on the northern flank is the laborers, which aren't quality troops.
And if they want to, I think the units who broke through here could flank around and annihilate the remaining resistance in the south.
Right. Yep. All right. So let's go to the lobby and bring it, and I'll bring everyone up.
All right.
Sounds good.
Hello.
All right.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna ask everyone to go on mute. We'll hear first from the commanders. See how they're doing how they feel about their results so far during the game, and then we'll kind of go through a little breakdown of everything, and we'll go from there. So we'll hear from 2nd Marines first. He was CIC for the Marine landing forces.
Here I am. There I am. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I'm pretty confident that we've done at least better than the historical outcome, and I think it's probably a minor to major victory. I'm pretty pleased with my team. I think everyone communicated well. I don't have too many other notes.
All right. Was there? I know the Japanese command was a little spread out. Did
Me.
you? Okay, so yeah, we'll hear from you.
Well, we had them in the first half, but I think after the reinforcements, it just went downhill. I should have retreated the trench lines after reinforcements came. It's like we punched them in the nose a couple times, but their friend went from the corner and just ran for us. So we got beaten. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So for this game, what we did was I wanted to make it interesting for both sides because by this point in the Pacific War, the war was growing pretty static for Japanese defenses. So what we did was we had the Marines able to choose where they were landing their forces. We had Beach 1, 2, and then 3. So the Marines had the option of landing at 2 out of the 3 beaches and decided to land all their troops here at Beach 1. The Japanese had a lot of prep work to do, actually. So what we did was we gave the Japanese a bunch of these little bunkers that they could place, and there were also ones already pre-drawn on the map. So like down here in the south would probably be a better place to show it, like coastal defense batteries, pillboxes, etc. But they also got plenty of defenses to place themselves, and they decided to go for Beach 3, which the Marines actually did decide to not go there even before the game started. The Marines received the latest aerial recon footage right before the battle began, and which showed these beach landing obstacles set up here, which would have damaged the landing vehicles. Also, if the Marines would have landed here like the historical outcome, the Higgins boats would have ran into the coral reefs out here, which would have meant the infantry would have had to walk ashore, which would have opened them up to more defensive fire. So actually over here worked out pretty good for the Marines that they were able to get all of their troops ashore right at the beginning. And the Marines also elected for a 3-day naval bombardment. What that did was it only limited them to calling in naval artillery fire once every 4 turns. If they had gone for a 2-day bombardment, they would have been able to call in a bombardment every 2 turns instead. So the Marines initially landed and also elected to land their follow-up forces at the same beach rather than go somewhere else. The Marines initially did not capture this pocket up here in the north and were kind of spread out along this defensive line. And the Japanese did a really good job at counterattacking in the north at first, but they never quite broke through. Their counterattack seemed to stall out right as the reinforcements came in and were able to start counterattacking them in this area. The reason we called this game where we did was the Marines then were able to counterattack. Their attack east is blunted right now, but the forces they're facing are subpar with mostly laborers over here. And because of that now, they have the Japanese, most of the Japanese command bunkers surrounded in this area and are going to be taking them out. Also with the mobile troops here. That's another thing with this game as well, is the Japanese did not have to worry about individually manning all these positions. The forces represented here were more their mobile defense forces that could be repositioned across the island. I don't think the Marines are going to be able to take the island on day 2. They've taken quite a beating. I was kind of keeping some pseudo track of casualties over here on a percentage basis, and we can see there's a couple Marine companies that have almost 50% casualties. So the Marines are pretty beaten up and may actually have to delay some further landing operations in the Marshall Islands. The Marines also lost a detachment of Higgins boats as well, which will have to be replaced at some point for any future campaigns. So overall, both sides I think did a pretty good job. So we'll hear from the umpires first. We had 2 umpires, and I believe we had one of those umpires was brand new. So we'll going through the list. We've got Charles. We'll hear from you for umpiring.
Yeah, umpiring this was really fun. The players gave, I think, pretty concise and straightforward orders. Very enjoyable experience. I think that, at least in the South, the Marines might have been able to push more aggressively at the start, just when the immediate first Japanese line broke. But apart from that, I think very well done. Yes.
Okay, and then umpire Paloma.
Same here. Had a good time umpiring. Agree. I feel like the South didn't have as much action compared to the North towards the start of the game, but really good decisions by the Japanese forces overall. You guys had a lot of good rolls towards the end there, and were able to deal a lot of casualties to the Marines. So good job.
Yeah, definitely. The Japanese seem to be playing with loaded dice this game towards the end there. The South was pretty light on combat at first, with a lot of moves and everything. I will note that the Japanese did do a pretty good job of pulling back their troops there for a while, but it finally caught up to them on this defensive line when a lot of their units started breaking and they didn't have the troops available to fill any gaps. So that's another thing that happened there as well. So I'm going to go down through the players, and we'll hear from them and a couple quick thoughts, and we should be wrapping up here. So first off, we've got the Marines 2nd Battalion.
Probably, so first of all, I think actually one of my company was one of the ones that suffered the most. No, I saw C company was half killed in the battle. From what I see from the track, I could see the track again, if I may ask. The casualty track.
Oh.
Yes, no, C company. They were okay. They were bad. How bad is that for me? Just to know.
They're about. I wasn't doing quite an Excel tracking system, but they're about 50% casualties. They're pretty battered. This was more for my own knowledge. You guys were receiving screenshots of more or less unit cohesion and exhaustion. So we were versus usual Napoleonics. We were a little bit better with if a unit wasn't engaged for a turn, they got a point back in organization, but every time they lost 2 points, I added a percentage of casualties. So that's why C company, E company are at 50% casualties.
Yeah, to be honest, I think my battalion it really suffered a lot, but I think it got just the casualties. I think I should have been more aggressive in the first turn. I was told to not attack, but I think I felt like I was over-aggressive for a moment. I'm not gonna lie. That I was just trying to pull too hard on a moment on the south, but I think maybe... I don't know if that really worked out, just... because I think you saw planning that literally Marseco Mari was telling us to stop the attack, but every time he told us to stop the attack, we are already moving. We are already ordered to move again, so... Yes, that was funny. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I think actually I surprised C is actually the one who got the worst casualties, more because B was really I think actually they were the ones who saw less fighting. No, I actually said they were actually the less fight. But yes, I'm happy with what I did. I don't know if I did well in the battle. I may ask just to know, like from the umpire's perspective.
Well, we gotta go through the rest of the players, so maybe ping them in chat or in your channel, and they can give you some pointers. But I think the players I had overall were pretty good at giving their orders. So we'll move on. We'll hear from 2nd Marine again, CIC, now that he's seen the board, and get some quick thoughts from him.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. The whole reason I focused on one beach was I knew that by doing the 3 days of naval bombardment, that would weaken the defenses the most. And then with the initial wave, the whole plan was for them to attack more of the defenses on that beach so that more Marines could get on the beach. And then there was no the last step to the plan was then move east, and that was the whole plan. So it's difficult to defend an entire island if you don't know exactly where everyone's coming from, and I think the Japanese did really, really well. I had to focus our entire reinforcements on that northern, like, part of the island, because I think if I hadn't, then they would have flanked us, and really, I think they probably could have beaten us.
Okay, so we'll hear from Marine 2nd Regiment now.
I thought it was a nice battle. We didn't have to do a whole hell of a lot on the attacking side to win, and it seemed like it was just a matter of waiting for the artillery every once in a while, and then we could push off of that. So I think, the 3 days was great, but it would have been nice to have our own dedicated artillery to use every turn.
So, yeah, that was the difficult thing with modeling this battle, was trying to make it balanced for both sides. So, the Japanese players, could have very easily been, hey, set up a bunch of bunkers and we'll go from there. But that wouldn't have made for very exciting gameplay on the Japanese side. Also, with the Japanese as well, that's another reason I didn't give the Marines integrated assault artillery to land on the beach as well, to just make that a little bit more of a gameplay mechanic of, okay, when and how are we going to work around this artillery bombardment aspect. And also with that, there was another point I wanted to add to that. Oh, that was another reason we started the game at the 30-minute turns at 0400, was so the naval bombardment was a little bit negated. The Marines had to wait for some reinforcements before daylight, and allow the Japanese to do a little bit of maneuver warfare if they wanted to. So I think it worked out pretty good with that. So we'll hear from Marine 3rd Battalion now.
Oh, yep, that's me. Yep. The original landing was very heavily contested, to the point where I think most of my units were very, very heavily damaged. Then, but then the reinforcements showed up, and after that, yeah, things basically sort of spiraled from there. Spiraled in a good way, but spiraled.
Yeah, a lot of your units were on and off every turn. They would land, get beaten back, rest up for a turn or two, go in, get beat to crap, come back.
Rinse and repeat.
We'll hear from the 3rd Special Naval Battalion.
Was me?
Yep, that
Special
is you.
Forces. I did a lot of research for this battle. I knew that the Japanese do terrible against the Americans at range. That's why it was kind of more offensive. The idea was to hug the Marines when they got close. And we didn't have to. I didn't want to stay in one place, which was one of the ideas why I had to go more offensive. I think Japan really. I thought that Japan did well in close quarters, and I think that did pretty. It showed a lot of success in the north, but I was a bit overconfident. I felt like I think as soon as I saw those Marine reinforcements, I should have pulled them back. Part of me wanted to just keep going because I had to end the battle. I needed to take out most of the enemies they have, so they have less of an attacking force. But as soon as I got those reinforcements, I think we could have just fell back, used more of our defensive placements. I always had the notion that Japan was just a better offensive faction than from their successes in the Russo-Japanese War, where they're just overtly offensive. I thought we could do that again, but it caused us a lot of problems. And the artillery, we realized also that the Americans had so much advantages over us: artillery, air power, naval power. So we had to stick in the jungle. Our idea was to keep American forces in that jungle because we knew that Americans were just terrible at jungle fighting compared to us. So the idea was to keep them in that jungle, and I think it was pretty good that the Americans went west, so we can just keep them in that jungle and just attack in the jungle. But that reinforcements did cook us later on, and I didn't retreat my forces. I kept the attack when most of my forces were kind of tired and beaten a bit. And I guess part of it, I wasn't decisive enough. I could have break through their lines and actually beaten the Americans in the north, but I didn't break them, and they still had like pretty beaten forces that they could just use for reinforcements later on. I probably could have beaten them. Probably would have charged a bit in the earlier stages, but that was part of me. But I think later on, after those reinforcements came, I could have just pulled them back to the defensive line. But that's all my thoughts right now.
Okay. 7th, Sasebo.
I think for the Japanese team, I think we did good. Unfortunately, the 3-day bombardment took out one of our mortars. So that, I think, severely dampened our capabilities in counterattacking. Since every time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we did our mortars, it was like in conjunction, 2 of them on one position. I was in the south, so I think I could have done much more. But like I said, I saw those American units and thought, oh, they're kind of bigger than mine, and we don't really have anything besides the mortars to help like make it even. So I can just held my position, and even when they broke through, we fell back to the second defensive line. But yeah, I think for what we were given, my team played well. The Americans also played well. Those artillery bombardments, naval bombardments are an ass. So yeah, I can't do much about those. But yeah, GG's.
Okay. And then lastly, the commander of the labor forces for the Japanese.
Yeah, I think problem was just our offensive got stalled in the north, and the reinforcements came, and we didn't have any reserves. So when we got pushed back, we couldn't recuperate. But the troops that died in the initial offensive were recuperating. So when it got to the second defensive line, they were ready to go, and we were still battered. I think maybe if I'd put some of Labour Company in reserve, that might have helped. But then who knows if the breakthrough would have done as well as it did if I hadn't. So who knows?
That's the beauty of Kriegspiel. It's the what-if game. So, in closing, I'm going to thank everyone. This was a bit of an experimental game, trying to figure out how to make this fun for all sides, throw some interesting elements into it, see what we could do with Kriegspieling Pacific Warfare with island hopping campaigns on small islands like this. So I'm pretty happy with how it went. I think there's definitely some improvements to be made to the system, but overall I think it was a pretty good game. And I appreciate everyone joining in, appreciate the umpires for their assistance, and next week we'll be running a American Civil War game, but that will be on Thursday since there is no James live game, so there's still some spots open for that. Also, always room for umpires. So I'm going to stop the recording now.